What were the girls like?
Look at all that hair.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah,
You want to borrow some?
Very unsanitary. What were we saying?
What were we saying? Oh, yes, I know, about the girls in burlesque. What were they like? Were they...
They were, in their way, ladies. No, it was honest. There was a great deal of honesty, code of ethics. Your girl was your girl. More so in the upper echelon in show business. I mean, and if you were a little queer or a little off base, it went through the industry like wildfire. We knew about it because it was a little industry. I don't know the liberties we have here, but there are two incidents that are so funny in burlesque that I remember.
You're totally free to say what you like.
Well, I have a great respect for people, and I would tell this to my children, so I'll tell it to you and your audience. Not that you're on the same mental level.
No, of course.
But I met a wonderful man named Rags Ragman, which made me stay in burlesque and become a big hit in burlesque, even though it was like prostitution. You knew it was there, but you didn't publicize it, you see? And I worked, we were on a side street. And I worked for the Minskys. Yeah. I hope that name is fancy. Well, anyway, name, yeah. Rags taught me, not taught me, but gave me the scene to do, because in burlesque, stock burlesque, it wasn't how funny you were, how long are you funny? Because every week we had to do different scenes. Yeah. And they're all public domain, like, as it turns out, Abbott and Costello were fortunate enough to do Who's on First, you know, the baseball thing first.
Yes.
But it belonged to all of us.
Yes.
It just happens that they did it. They had the first crack at the higher echelon audience. But anyway, Rags didn't care if school kept or not. I used to rehearse the people. Just quickly tell them what to do. It's great schooling for a comedian. If he's got one ear on the outside, because you have to earn your money. And so I told, it's spicy a joke as the next guy. But I knew that's not the way to do it. And if I told a real snapper, I would step to the footlights and say, it's a little thing I borrowed from the Theater Guild. And the jerks in the audience had no idea what I was saying. Yeah. But the reason I said it, maybe you were out front. So you, I mean the equivalent of you, would know, I don't want to do it this way. But when in Rome. Anyway, we were going to rehearse for the next day's opening. And Mr. Minsky said, put that girl in your scene, if you can, the new strip woman. And when we got to the theater to rehearse, I looked at the new girl, and oh boy, I have never seen in my life.
Nor have I.
Well, God rest her soul, she made Marilyn Monroe look like a boy, you know. Yeah. But anyway, I immediately took her out of the scene. Because even in the business suit she was wearing, I couldn't believe that it was true. Well, most tremendous size. Well, anyway, I took her out of the scene, mentally, and put another girl in. But I was going to break a rule. You never watch the strip women in the wings. You give them that courtesy. And you never lift their costumes that they drop in the wings. That's their business. You can always tell a Johnny newcomer in burlesque, he watches the strips from the wings. You give the girls that courtesy. Excuse me. I don't know what the hell I'm nervous for.
You're not nervous at all. Just got a cold or something.
Well, actually, I just woke up. See, we've been rehearsing Forum all day.
Yeah.
That we're going to do something funny happened, I'm afraid, in the Forum.
We'll talk about that later. Talk about burlesque. I want to know about this girl.
Yeah. You're a nice, normal boy. Well, anyway, I broke the rule. I was going to watch this. And the way it's usually done, the orchestra would play, dun, 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 and the announcer, who in this case is Robert Alder. He was what we called our breast serenader, the worst job in burlesque. Oh, pretty girl, looking that way to the audience. And the jerks, for 25 cents, I can see all the nudity, you know. Well, he says, the sunny shores of California, Harold Minsky proudly presents Mamie LaBeouf, or whatever her name was, you know. And the curtain parted, and there she stood in the gown, and, you know, and you could hear the gasp from the predominantly Italians in the audience, you know. Maro, you know. Oh. And she knew it. And she teased. And she wore, of course, she still wore the gown. Did the first chorus of what we call the tease. Then the second chorus where she pulls down certain parts and then turns to the audience and does this, you know, nude from the waist up. Now you cannot tell dimensions when they stay like that. At the end of the third chorus, she did this. And ba-boom, you know, like some beautiful tray with an edge on it. Wow. There's always that one jerk in the audience with a great sense of humor. There's always that one guy. There's a lot of heckling, but there's also some fun. And as this climax hit, Zazam, this voice said, California, here I come.